A 36-year-old Afghan woman, Nadia Ghulam, has spent 10 years of her life pretending to be a man. When she was 11 years old, she decided to pose as her dead brother in order to work and support her family under the Taliban regime. She finally had to escape to Spain to find refuge and leave her family behind. She talks about her experiences in her book called The Secret of My Turban. In an interview with The Citizen, she talks about what the future looks like for the women in Afghanistan under the current Taliban regime.
Hello.
Yeah, so I was just wondering what was your life back in Afghanistan when you were there?
Well, I born and grew up in a country where there's a constantly war. When I was a small child, my mother was asking me to pray for peace. I didn't know what was peace about, but I was trying to pray, and all the adults in my family was very happy, saying me, "Very good, Nadia, excellent. You're doing very well." But I was also not very conscious about the war because in the city where I was living in Kabul, in that time there was not war. So people were talking about war to me, but it was not war till I became 8 years old. And one night in my house fell a bomb. And in that bomb, I became very badly injured. And then I was in 6 months coma, 2 years in different hospitals in my country. Once I go out from the hospital, the Taliban regime arrived. And in my case, my father was with post-traumatic stress. And I had to do something for my family. I decided to dress as a man. And I thought it is one day. It's like nowadays, and they are saying it's now women can do things. I thought maybe it's one day the rules. Tomorrow the rules will be different. And tomorrow I will be again Nadia. And I will continue my life. The hope of tomorrow lasts 10 years.
And what was that like to, as a child and as a young woman, to do that? How did that feel?
Well, I lost my part of my childhood and all my adolescence. So now I'm 36 years old, and when I see the young girls, how they live and how they think and all these things, and I just feel tears in my eyes and saying I had nothing like this.
Mm. And what had you hoped for your childhood to be like?
Well, before the war, my childhood was very happy childhood. Like I had my brother, my mother, my family around me. We were not very rich, but we were very happy together. And the war, the spread has pieces, and everyone becomes separate. It's not only my family; it's all my country.
And how did you escape it, and what was that journey like?
In 2006, thanks from non-profit organizations and a journalist that she was working in Afghanistan. She come front of with my story, and she became interested with that. And then she saw how I was hard dealing with the situation and all these things. She decided to bring me to Barcelona for my medical treatment because I had a lot of injury in my face, in my head.
Mm. And how did you become a writer? What gave you the idea of documenting your life in a book?
Once I arrived to Spain, I saw there is a lot of people with a lot of ignorance. Even there is technology, books, schools, and everything. But few people is only listening what is saying in the news, and if the news is saying nothing, so even you're explaining important things, they are not listening to you. In my case, was people only knew Taliban, only Osama bin Laden, and all these things, and they didn't know that the hope of a child, hope of a girl, the freedom of a woman, the desire of a woman. So this all make me to explain my story and tell my story, show them what is the reality.
If you would have stayed back in Afghanistan, do you think you would have ever be able to become a writer or even think about writing your book?
I don't think if I was in Afghanistan, I was alive till now because Even if they were not asking me, if even they didn't discover me to kill me, but maybe I could commit a suicide because I was fed up with all the situation, and I was very tired, suffering without freedom and all these things. For me, freedom is very important.
Hmm. And while you sit here in Spain and you see what's happening right now in the country, what are your thoughts and what do you think? Do you have family there?
I have all my family there, my sister, my mother, everyone is there. So I'm suffering constantly. Like it's about 3 nights, I'm not sleeping. I'm just in front of computer and watching the news and contacting with my family. They are asking me help. I'm helpless. I don't know how to do. So this is the situation.
So, what do you think about the future of Afghanistan women and its writers? Who, I was also talking to some other women who are actresses. They were saying that everything that they have built is over now. What do you think?
I think, yes, it is very, very difficult that they become again in the normality because even the Taliban is now saying that women can work and study and all these things. I don't think so. It will be easy for them.
Do you think that women in Afghanistan would be able to resist?
They are resisting. Yeah, all their life they did. So it's not new for them. They are true resilience and they will resist.
And what role can the international community play?
International community just they all care about their people and they're about their business. So the life of the people, like me and people from my country, is not mean for them. So if they do something, they all will be look at this, I did this, but true is they don't they have human rights as a text, but they don't apply to anywhere in their own policy.
And what hope do you have for the people of Afghanistan now? What do you think can happen for them that will make them come out of the situation that they are in?
I don't know. I don't know.
Mm, right. And what are your plans for your own writing? How would you like to add to what's going on in Afghanistan? What would you like to do through your writing and work?
For me now, my mission is save the girls that I had in my program, girls and women. And once I did that, and I will think about writing because now my hands are not working.